Hello, beautiful. It's Joe again, and we are gonna talk today about my glasses. Now, I've slid basic diary type information about my vision care situation on some of my fasting vlogs, but I thought I would just make a particularly focused video because I got some of my glasses in. Now, here's the deal. The story with why I was having such a hard time with my glasses from February of 2020. They're not even 6 months old. They never felt quite right. I struggled, and then it got worse, where I couldn't read with them on. I mean, they were an improvement over my last glasses because they were really old and out of date, and I couldn't see crap, but I couldn't see. And so I had a story where I'm like, this is crazy. I'm looking at my prescription paper. It says add 1.25. I finally figured out they had put me in progressives and not told me, but I still can't read. And that must be why they felt weird. They weren't progressives. They did give me a reader progressives prescription on the paper and did not offer to fill the prescription as progressives at all, or tell me that I should now be in progressives or bifocals. And the reason I couldn't read is just because my vision got worse, because I'm at that age where there can be a dramatic jump in vision. And yeah, I do not recommend Stanton Opticals for this case. So I went to the ophthalmologist something like 3 weeks ago now, and I've been having dry eye. My vision changed dramatically over that 6+ months. So I'm like, you know what? I need more than a glasses exam. I need to know what's happening in here. The eye doctor said it is just dry eye. Drops are all you need. You might have to do it 3 or 4 times a day maybe, but that's all it is. As far as my general eye health, there was a moment where he questioned whether I might have a little bit of ocular high blood pressure, I guess it was. But then he looked at my eyes a different way. He wanted to check something. And turns out a thing I now know about myself is that I have thick corneas, which makes the pressure in your eyes look higher than it actually is. So I truly don't have particularly high ocular pressure. It's just like a false positive type situation where I'm not actually high, but I was like borderline high, and it only looks that way because I have thick corneas. That's an interesting piece of info. He had looked at my glasses, and I'm like, yeah, and then they put me in progressives and didn't even tell me, and he's looking at my glasses, and he's like, trying to see the line. They're not progressives. And then they also put my glasses on their little machine thing to determine what the prescription was. And then they looked over at my paper from that time, and they didn't match. So once again, I don't highly recommend a Stanton Optical. Sorry, guys. That's not good. That's not good at all. That being said, he gave me my glasses prescription for progressives. Then I had to go quite a long ways to go get them filled with my insurance. I think what I saved on insurance, we spent on gas money and stuff. But anyway, because it was so far away from where I live, we arranged for them to mail them to me. This is them. I have to say, this eye on distance vision is not as crispy clear as it traditionally would be, and I have concerns, but I want to make sure it's not just part of my adjustment phase, because when your prescription changes a lot, it can take a minute, especially as I've now transitioned into progressives. So check this out. I can read without taking them off. So that's awesome. Everything else is pretty good. The progressives, I'm acclimating. That first day or especially if I've been indoors all day where you're doing short distance vision, it's one thing, and then I go outside and it's like, whoa, it takes a second. So the way the progressives work is I've got the big distance prescription. I've got the reader prescription. At the sides, like hourglass, outside negative space. It's some generic-y blandness, I guess. And then there's like mid-distance inside the hourglass. So it's a narrow vision of mid-distance. So I talk with my hands. I talk with my body. I'm Italian. What can I say? So I learned that if I swing my head like this, it makes me feel a little bit seasick. I have to say, there's a lot of people who hate bifocals or hate progressives. I like to be able to read with my glasses on. And the adjustment period wasn't that bad. I am in a plus 1.75 in my reader, which isn't the same as like buying a pair of readers from the store. From what I understand, but based on my distance and my reader, it's a 1.75. So I guess it's not too serious. So maybe the adjustment was easier for me. Now that being said, because I know that a lot of people hate bifocals and trifocals or progressives, my mom despised them. She felt like she was high stepping when she was walking. She felt like she was going to fall over. She walked around without her glasses completely a large portion of the time because she hated them so much and she never acclimated. So I got the ones from the with my insurance. Then I went online and sent in another pair of my, I think they're cute frames, to get a bifocal lens in. I don't know if you can see it in this. Can you see the, yeah, there it is. So you see the bifocal reader. So the lined bifocals, they just came. And then I also ordered a single vision version in case I was like my mom and 100% hated everything. And so from Pear Eyewear, have you seen all the advertisements? They've been advertising hard. And because I've actually found it interesting and looked at their links, I see their advertisements a lot. But they're cute as heck. So I ordered Pear Eyewear in my single vision because I have a fairly bad prescription, which means if I want the ones that aren't like Psycho Coke bottle thick, I have to spend extra for the extra thin stuff, and I wanted all the anti-reflective, oliphobic, whatever coatings, so it costs more. So I have all three now. They have all come officially as of today. I had, so far, just initial impression, I am liking the progressives over the bifocals, but from what I understand from a lot of people, it can be a very task-oriented situation that they might like the bifocals still to do certain types of tasks where they really have to like hone in. I can tell you though that my reader prescription in these versus these feels like a wider field, whereas, you know, these are just like right here. And so, you know, you can see the line, you can see the little jump. That's to be expected. But like if I'm reading with these on, I have to like keep my eyes angled just as perfectly to keep the entire page that I'm trying to read in focus. Otherwise, I have to move my head, and it seems to be a decent distance, a decent reader. I don't have a problem with the prescription and the functionability. I can say I don't think that mid-distance is as crisp as it is with this. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. They're new. But if this was all I had, I could live with it. But I think I like the progressives better as a whole. That being said, also, we've got the Pear Eyewear. These are going to get a little bit of an extra bit of review. Okay, by the way, before I go over to that, I got these. These are my frames that I had bought previously and never gotten around to getting lenses in yet, but had planned to. And then I sent them off to get my own lenses put in them. And this was from $39glasses.com. I've had decent experience with them before, but I can say that because these are the cat eyes, I was supposed to get a free hard shell case, and instead they put them in this, and then put it in a flat packed envelope. So I'm lucky they weren't damaged in the shipping, because this in a soft envelope could have easily been over squished. So that's a concern that you should be aware of if you try to send in your frames and they're a stronger, fuller cat eye with that particular website. So the other ones I got, Pear Eyewear. So, Pear, have you seen the commercials? It's this magnetic alternate topper thing. Okay, so these are the glasses I got, which are called the Ella frames, which I got the clear frame. This is my single vision, which is fine, except I would have to take them off to do any actual reading. But for daily function life or for long distance driving where I don't have to see up close reading, these would be fine. And they're just a nice, fun option. It's probably, by my calculations with the website, and I put my prescription for Progressives in there, would cost like $400 for this and some more toppers. So it's like $60 for the base pair, but then there's the upgrades. Like it was another $60 for the thinner, and then there was, I can't remember all. It's $25 for most of the toppers. So let's talk about the toppers, because that's one of the reasons I really wanted these. So these are my very generic, plain, cute cat eyes. Can you see them good? Here. So these are the Ellas in a nice, clear, and I like them. It very well may be worth the money to me to get these in the progressives, because I do like them. They do feel good, and that's another concern when you're buying them online. Can I wear them without them falling down? Are they pinching? Are they too tight? Are they too loose? How do they feel on? These feel good. So it's a magnetic situation. Now the standard frames, which basically have no lens at all, are $25, and I think the sunglasses topper is either $30 or $35, $30-ish, I think. So sunglasses topper. So they just have a little magnetic tab, and they're nice and flat compared to most where they might have a little more curve. And I didn't know how that would feel, because that was a little unusual to have them that flat feeling. Because you can see, this is the topper. It's very light, it's very thin. You can put it like, you can make a little magnetic sticky board and store them. They have a little thing they suggest. So it just goes, whoop. And in the commercial, the people all do the sound effect. So if I wanted to pop on my sunglasses, it just do. I don't have to change the glasses and to pull them back off. It just slides right off. But it's a reasonably tight feeling magnet too. It doesn't feel like they're gonna fall off, but you don't fight them. So I got sunglasses ones and then two cutes. So I got a nice basic black. So I've got sunglasses cat eye, clear cat eye, a black cat eye, and my cutie McCutie cute. Are you ready? It's polka dotted. Yes, I finally got polka dotted glasses. I have others I've thought about and tried and bought and never mailed off for lenses. So these are the ones I have right now. They have several more polka dotted ones, and there's a reddish orange one, and there's all kinds of colors, and there's sparkles, and there's seasonal ones like Halloween ones and 80s themed ones, and I mean there's sports themed ones. They're really pretty cute. So I quite like the topper. I can't say, you know how when you get a new glasses and it's like you can see the rim? This, because they're so clear, I don't even notice that. And then I put this on and I'm like, oh, I can see it again. So these are my 3 new glasses. I consider them all very wearable. I do not know how much I'll actually wear the lined bifocal, but I quite like what I picked in my standard progressive. It's a very in style right now, and yet it's still neutral enough. And even though they're red, I don't think it fights other fun colors too much. But if it does fight those other fun colors a little bit too much, then hi, I have something I can do about that. So there we are. That is my current glasses journey. There is a very strong temptation now to order these pretty much exact same ones in a progressive. Because I do enjoy doing that. And that's about it for me today. That is my current eyeglasses journey. Please like, subscribe, comment, notification bell. But really, I did this because all my family and friends I would tell this story to don't live here. So, I got lots of glasses now. And that means if anything gets broken, damaged, or scratched, I still have something to wear. Because I grew up having your one pair of glasses and you were careful and you didn't do athletic things and you don't do anything that might damage your glasses. And that is about it for me. You have a beautiful day, and I'll catch you on the flip side.